Hey everyone, welcome back to the tax show for people who owe. I'm Dave.
And I'm Phil.
Phil, notice anything?
Another tray of notices.
I noticed that we're back by popular demand because you requested more notices to be opened. Apparently, we're going to be going through the potentially 3,000 or more IRS notices.
I hope not.
Yeah, me as well. Let's focus in and hopefully we open up the ones that are more relevant to you this time around.
Yep.
Ready to get started, Phil?
Always.
Okay, here we go. We have CP. We're off to a good start. You know what that means?
That's about like 1,000 notices down.
Okay, well, maybe more. 504, very common one here and a pretty scary one if you get one. What is that?
So it's part of a series of 500 notices, what I like to call them, and there are collection notices. So I think we last left off on the CP14, which is the first balance due notice. But once you get into the 500 series, that means the IRS is getting a little bit more serious about your unpaid taxes.
Is it fair to say the higher the number, the scarier the notice?
Right. So look out for CP 501, 503, 504.
Let's not give it away, Phil. We got some of these to open up today.
Well, it's random, right?
All right, let's go. So next one, let me pull one here. And I'm hoping not. I got my wish. This is not a CP notice. It's
Okay.
an LT notice.
Okay.
Let's start with, what does LT stand for? Is it letter?
Letter.
Okay, fair enough. This is it's a LT11. This is a scary notice, as I understand, based on what it says.
Are you sure these are random, David?
Well, random enough. Go ahead.
You know, coincidentally enough, the LT11 is actually the final notice before levy actions happen against taxpayers. So after the 503 or 504, you get the LT11 and usually have 30 days to full pay your balance or find some sort of resolution with the IRS about your back taxes.
Or what?
Or levies, garnishments, and collection activities will resume.
The pain starts. Okay, this is no more warnings. This is the actual action of enforcement, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so that's the last notice before it happens?
Right. So the next notice you probably will get is something from your bank letting you know the IRS has sent a levy against your bank account.
Okay, next letter. We have, we're going backwards it seems. We have a CP 2000 notice. These are very, very popular. You may have gotten one. What are those?
Well, this notice is completely avoidable if you report every single piece of income on your tax return. But it's not like there are a lot of taxpayers are trying to avoid taxes. Often not, they are just forgetting that, you know, Transamerica or Fidelity issued them a 1099-R. Maybe they thought it wasn't taxable, so they didn't put it on their tax return. But the IRS will cross-check your tax return against their internal database to identify any missing income. And when they do, they issue the CP 2000.
Seems a bit backwards. So you're reporting all the income you have for a tax year, let's say 2024, and the IRS sees something else reported against you. It's you forgot it. You were supposed to self-report that income. And if you didn't, what does the CP 2000 notice inform the taxpayer of?
Additional assessment. So they'll say, hey, we noticed you drive for Uber and you got a 1099 and it's missing. So here's another, say, $1,000 in taxes you owe.
Based on your tax rate.
Right.
So in practice, when people call us, it's because they received one of these notices and they do not remember getting that 1099 that the IRS says they received. Is that right?
Right. And the problem is, David, not only are they getting this accuracy-related penalty, by the time they get this letter, it's a few months in. And so you have failure to pay and interest already compounding every single day.
So it's snowballing.
It's snowballing.
All right, we'll talk about how you can stop that snowball in its tracks in a minute. All right, Phil, ready for another notice?
I hope so.
Okay. I'm pretty sure you are. Oh, we'll take that one. Sorry, man. We got that guy with a notice. Must be a pretty ugly one. Let's go to the next notice. Okay. Ooh. Another CP 508 with a letter on the end, a C.
Okay. The
C
last
cheery notice. What does the C stand for?
No, that last letter is very important because if it was a different letter, it's good news. But with the C, you'd be like that guy. Especially if you have travel plans. The 508C is the certification of your tax debt, which practically means your passport's going to be revoked or your renewal request application is going to be denied.
So that travel, in fact, we want him to travel a little bit, have some fun. That's what he's meant to do. Let's stand him up here. But that travel could be at risk if you have plans and you receive one of these 508C notices. Is that correct?
Correct. And The shortest it can be resolved is probably 14 to 21 days if you use the expedited process.
So usually, again, in practice, customers call us after this notice. It's almost too late if they have travel plans within that 10-day window, which quite often is the case, correct?
Correct.
Next notice, Phil. Here we go. This envelope. We've got Form 668YC.
This is an important one, especially if you're making any big purchases or trying to finance a house, because this is a notice of federal tax lien.
Oh,
I think we covered it in the past. If you owe the IRS, a lien exists in theory, but the IRS doesn't let the world know. That letter is their announcement to the world that David owes the IRS money.
Oh, wow. The world. I look at that. I've always described this as a cloud over you. Once the lien cloud over you if you owe the IRS. Fair?
Fair.
That's $1 or $1 million.
Or a cent.
Okay. And the actual action is like the lightning strikes. That's the way I describe it, of the levies taking effect from those liens.
Yeah, that's a great illustration.
Like that? All right.
I like that.
Okay, thank you. Another good point is that liens used to show up on credit reports.
Not anymore.
Okay, so when you're purchasing a house, they will still find these liens, but it will take some time. So you could be in escrow, and we see this happen in practice quite often.
Yep.
Day 29 on a 30-day escrow, boom, they find that lien, and guess what house you are not getting?
Your dream house.
The one you're in escrow for. So a real problem. And if this is a good way, hopefully you're ahead of it. You know if these liens are existing. And if you owe the IRS, as always, try to stay in compliance to help avoid some of these types of things.
And if you owe the IRS, liens don't always have to be, especially this letter, have to be sent out. There are ways to go around it, even if you're on some sort of payment plan.
Good point. So Phil, what can taxpayers do to avoid these unpleasant surprises we just talked about today? The CPs, the LTs, whatever else.
A lot of it is staying informed, for example, signing up for an IRS online account or...
I talked about this earlier. We just because of all these surprises and really what we do, we respond to all these requests. So we came up with Optima Tax Shield to help taxpayers, of course, our customers, navigate all this uncertainty and help them understand which notices are more serious than others. So we encourage you to go to OptimaTaxShield.com, look at enrolling, and hopefully we can help you avoid asking who?
Phil.
This guy. All right, guys, that wraps up the show today, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. Phil, any last parting words?
As usual, do something. If you get a certified letter, or even if it's uncertified, just open it.
Thank you, everyone. See you next time. Hey, everyone. Thank you for watching today. Please remember to like
and subscribe.
And if you are a taxpayer who owes, we encourage you to go to our website, optimataxrelief.com.
And remember, do something.